Good morning, good people. Welcome back to Collector's Quest, and thank you so much for joining me on another gaming adventure. The time is currently 10 to 5 on Sunday morning. I'm up at the crack of dawn, just about to head off to Cole's Car Boot. Hopefully we find some games, DVDs, Blu-rays, electronics, all of those things to trade in the CEX for those sweet vouchers. Then we're going to come back and I'm going to head to CEX to trade in hopefully all the things we pick up today and all of the electronics that we picked up on the previous video. So if you haven't seen that car boot hunting video, then I highly recommend it. And hopefully we've also got a CEX lottery coming. Picked up something very cool for the collection, so fingers crossed that comes on this week's video and comes in very good condition. And we're also going to be doing some game room shelf upgrades, so plenty coming on today's video. But right now, let's get the bag sorted, get the car loaded, get the GoPro all strapped to my chest, and I'll catch you when we get to Cole's Car Boot. Man, I really hope this queue is just a ton of sellers with tons of games, DVDs, all that kind of stuff, because I'm here at my normal time, about 5:15, and we've already hit a queue to get to the car boot. Hopefully it doesn't take too long now to get in, and we get in there and pick up some great stuff. So yeah, fingers crossed we get in there in a couple of minutes. Jumping into the first pickup at Cole's Car Boot was a copy of Hudson and Rex Season 6. This is a American copy, I believe, pays 50p, and if it was the UK version, that would go in for a £9 voucher, but I'll try and flip this on eBay. Should maybe get, you know, £10. Morning, how much is that, please?
50p, mate.
Thank you. I then picked up 4 Xbox One games, paid £4 in total, so £1 a game. Picked up Project Cars 2, that's a £4 voucher. UFC 3, £5 voucher. Need for Speed Payback, that's a £4 voucher. And a copy of Forza Motorsport 5, that's a £4 voucher. So paid a total of £4, and these games will net me a £17 voucher, so good games to pick up here. Morning, mate, how much are your games, please?
Okay, mate, if you want it.
Okay, cheers, thank you.
What? 23 days.
You got any other games coming out today, mate? Is that everything? That's all of them. Okay.
I've got that Xbox Pass.
Yeah.
So everything's on there anyway.
Yeah, that's it, into it.
So I don't know what they've done or what condition the games are in.
No, they look alright.
Yeah, most of them, they have. It's like a bit of a dope.
Yeah, that's it, into it. I'll take those 4, please.
Okay.
Thank you. I then picked up a Xbox 360 Slim and 2 controllers, paid £9, and if the Xbox 360 works, it will trade in for a £50 voucher for the discounted model. Comes with a wired controller, which is a £21 voucher, and a wireless controller, which if the Xbox 360 doesn't work, I can trade that in for a £13 voucher. So hopefully £9 into roughly about £70 worth of vouchers. Would you do any less, mate? Would you do 8? Just do some tested.
No.
Yeah, go on then. You got any games or anything, or is that everything you got? Yeah, I think that please. You're going to be seeing a lot of this guy here with the blue jacket and a red bag, like Where's Wally, but he's the person that always goes around asking people once they pull into the car boot if they've got games. So he was first at this party and he picked up all of the games, but he did leave behind a copy of Call of Duty 2 for the Xbox 360. I managed to pick it up for £1.50, and that goes in for a £6 voucher, so not too bad here. Morning, how much are your games, please?
150 each.
Yeah, I'll take that one, please. That's my bad, mate. Sorry. That's alright. I then picked up 2 DS games, paid £1 each, so £2 in total. Picked up a copy of Cooking Mama, that's an £8 voucher, and Sega Superstars Tennis, that's a £2 voucher, so £2 into a £10 voucher, so some good DS games here. You got any other games coming out, love, or is this everything you got coming out today?
No, that's all I've got.
I'll take those 2, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's our friend again here with the blue jacket and the red bag. Again, he was first here and he picked up a copy of Resident Evil Revelations 2 for the PlayStation 3. I was gutted about not picking this up because that's a £12 voucher in CEX, so fair play to him, and it made me laugh because he gave me the dregs, so yeah, shout out to this guy again. I then picked up a copy of Just Dance 2014 for the Xbox One, paid £1, and that's a £3 voucher, so bang on the money in terms of tripling my money. How much you want for the games, mate?
Ask him, mate. He's the person to ask.
How much you got on the Xbox games? I just want one of the Just Dance ones, please.
need some new ones to be fair.
We do £1 on it, mate.
Yeah, it's that, mate.
Cheers, thank you. Thanks, mate.
It's alright.
150, mate.
Again, our friend here, blue jacket, red bag, but he's got another buddy here. This guy is always at the car boot picking up games. Again, like this guy with the red bag, always asking if he got games, if he got games. But for some reason, none of them were interested in this bag of PS4 games. So I swooped in and I picked up Assassin's Creed Unity, that's a £4 voucher. Assassin's Creed Origins, that's a £5 voucher. Rise of the Tomb Raider for Xbox One, that's a £3 voucher. The Evil Within 2, that's a £4 voucher. And the best game here, Skyrim Special Edition, £6 voucher. I paid in total £6 for these 6 games, and they should net me about £20 worth of vouchers, so decent pickups here. That's more, mate. That's one, mate. Hey, mate, I've got those 5 there.
Yeah, sure.
How much for those 5 players?
So it's 3 for 5, so
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Try to sell them on vintage, but they won't go.
Then at the bottom of a bag, I found a copy of Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection for the PlayStation 4. Paid £1, and that goes in for a £6 voucher, so a good gaming pickup here. Hi, mate, how much for that, please?
£1, mate.
You got any other games, or is that all you got coming out today?
Yeah, I think
Just
was in that bag.
what was in that bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that one. I then picked up a couple of DVDs and Blu-rays. The Blu-ray that I'm going to trade in is a copy of the Chronicles of Narnia, the trilogy. That goes in for a £6 voucher. I also picked up 2 Studio Ghibli DVDs here. I picked up Laputa, Castle in the Sky, and Spirited Away. Great films here, so I'm going to add those to my DVD collection. Paid £3 in total, and I'll get a £6 voucher from the Narnia box set, so not too bad. Oh yeah, how much are your DVDs, please?
Say 150 for that,
Yeah.
and then £1 each.
Would you do £3 for those 3? Thank you. And the best Blu-ray box set I picked up today was a copy of Game of Thrones Season 8. Paid £2 for this, and that goes in for a £18 voucher, so a great return on this Blu-ray box set. Oh yeah, how much for that, please?
They're £2 each.
Okay,
There's
thank
some
you.
more in there.
Oh, cool. Well, have a look, thank you. Are you sick of seeing this, guys? So we find the guy again digging through a bag of Wii stuff, and I think the seller wanted £50, so he wasn't interested, but I swooped in and I picked up a copy of Wii Sports in the cardboard sleeve. I paid £1 for that, and that goes in for a £6 voucher, so a decent pickup here. Would you sell the game on its own, mate?
Yeah, it's a good pack.
Yeah, I'll take that, please. Just got back in the car from Coles Car Boot, and yeah, very good, very good. The last few weeks at Coles it's not been terrible by any stretch of the imagination, but it hasn't been to the same heights that last season was. I'm used to going to Coles, you know, kind of May, June time, spending £40, £50 and getting over £200 worth of those sweet vouchers. I'm not quite sure we're there yet, but I think we're getting close. So I think I spent about maybe £30, £35 at most, and I think just looking around in the bags, I think there's probably £120, £130 worth of vouchers if everything does trade in. So yeah, not a bad day worth of carboot hunting. So going to get back, get a fresh brew because I haven't had a tea yet, so I need some caffeine, and then we'll go over some of the highlights. So yeah, catch you when we get back home. So I've just come back from a very, very good Coles car boot, and if everything trades in, I'll be looking at getting £150 on a sweet voucher. So happy days, great result, and pretty decent for my £35 outlay. These are all of the games and the DVDs that I picked up. So yeah, a great day in terms of picking up games and DVDs. Obviously a lot easier than electronics, you know, as long as the disc is okay, you should be good to go. I think the best game I picked up was Cooking Mama. I think I paid £1 for that, and that's an £8 voucher. And then the best Blu-ray I found was Game of Thrones Season 8. I paid £2 for that. That's like an £18 voucher. So yeah, really, really happy with the games, the DVDs, the box sets. It's always very hard at Coles. There's this one guy, I've spoken to him a few times, and he is a pretty sound guy to be fair, but he's a right one. So whenever someone new pulls into the car boot, he's always there, first in line, saying, you got any games, you got any games? And he always picks up the best games. I think he picked up a copy of Resident Evil Revelations 2 for the PlayStation 3, and I think that's like a £20 game off the top of my head. So I'm always just feeding off the scraps, and I'm just trying to live in his shadow, always trying to follow him, because I know he's going to be the one asking for the games, and quite a few of those you did leave behind. So yeah, it just goes to show that if you're not first of the party, you can always still pick up some decent things. But yeah, I'm happy with what I picked up. And then in terms of electronics, I picked up this Xbox 360. I think I paid £9 for this, and it comes with obviously the console. I have taken the flap off just to show you this. Comes with a 320 gig hard drive, so one of the better ones to keep an eye out for. And it also came with a wired controller, and importantly it comes with the USB end, and it also came with a black wireless one. So I think off the top of my head, an Xbox 360 Slim 320 gig discounted model goes in for maybe £50 on a voucher, so fingers crossed it works. I haven't tested it, I've literally just come back, so who knows, it could be full of nuts and bolts and just complete waste of money. But hopefully if it does trade in, £50. If it doesn't, then I should get £8 or £9 for the hard drive, £13 for the wireless controller, and about maybe like £20, £21 for the wired controller. So I think my £9 money is definitely safe. So yeah, great pickup. So I'm gonna have a clean up and maybe test that Xbox 360, but you're probably gonna see me on another day now. I'm gonna go out in a few hours to watch Man City play Notts Forest at Wembley. My football friend, he's a season ticket holder at City, Citizen as they go by, and he said, I've got a spare ticket if you fancy it. So I absolutely bit his hand for it. So I'm going to be doing that in a bit. So I need to get myself ready, because I think today's like the London Marathon on a Sunday, so it's going to be busy, so we need to leave early. So I'm not going to have time to trade in any of the games into CEX. So we'll do that in the week sometime. I'll go after work and we'll close out the video. But yeah, great pickups, great hunting, had a great day, and it finally feels like the car boot season is kicking into action. Getting very light in the morning, nice and warm. So yeah, I'm buzzing with the car boot season. So yeah, you'll see me probably in a couple of days. For you, it'll be like, you know, 2 seconds, but you'll see me probably walking into Starbase CX to trade in everything that we picked up on last video and today. So I'll catch you when I see you. So it's actually been a few days. Today is Wednesday since you last seen me either going through what we picked up at Coles, or I might have threw in some footage of me going to Wembley to watch City beat Nottingham Forest. But yeah, what a few days. So on the Saturday, I might have mentioned either on this video or my previous video that me and my partner and her family went to my partner's cousin's wedding. Great wedding, obviously lovely seeing them get married, but on the way back and on the evening, my partner took a turn. She basically had some sort of like virus and started feeling a bit rough, so we came back and then she threw up everywhere. Thankfully in the toilet, but I was like, oh no, it's either going to be food poisoning, which is going to hit me because we both ate the same food, or whatever she's got, I've got 24, maybe 48 hours at most before it's going to hit me, and I only had 24 hours. So woke up on the Sunday to go to Coles carboot and felt alright, had a bit of a weird metallic taste in my throat, so I already knew that was a telltale sign of me getting whatever she had. Then came back, did, you know, the pickups from Coles. Then on the way to Wembley, thankfully I didn't drive, my football friend did. Felt alright. Then we got to London and had to walk about half an hour to Wembley, and I thought, oh, my legs feel a bit achy, I feel a bit lethargic. Got to Wembley and soaked up the entire atmosphere, and it was a great, you know, great stadium. Never been there before. Started watching the game and I felt a bit funny, you know, head was pounding, kind of like I said, lethargic, just completely drained of any energy, but got through it somehow. Then second half, I was like, oh, I feel a bit sick, feel a bit weird, but again, just, you know, put it down to the experience. It was quite overwhelming seeing so many people, but had a great day. Then got back in the car to head back towards the West Midlands, and it was a 2.5 hour drive back. And I was like, oh man, I'm not gonna make it. On the way back, I was in the back of a Ford Fiesta, and I don't know, I must have gone to some weird places, because at one point, I swear to God, the Google Maps on my friend's car said like 4 hours. The ETA just kept going up and up, and I was like, oh man, I'm not gonna make it. Somehow made it back, and then I had to drive from his house back to mine, like a 10-15 minute drive, and made it back. And then got back in the house, and Mrs. went, oh, how was it? I was like, don't talk to me please, I'm gonna die. Like, my legs were just ruined. Like, I felt like I ran the London Marathon. Like, I just felt drained. Literally gave her a kiss. I was like, yeah, you gave me this, here's a kiss, have it back. Went to bed, slept for like 10 hours, you know, woke up Monday like 6:30, which is late for me. I'm not, you know, I'm normally up at 4:30, 4:45. So I had like a good 10 hours sleep, and Monday felt really rough. You probably heard it on Tuesday's video on the voiceover. You could probably still hear my voice. Still a bit like grotty and bunged up. And then Tuesday felt a bit better. Then today, Wednesday, I'm not 100%, but I'm definitely a lot better. Thankfully, that lethargic, energyless feel is gone. It's just my voice and my throat, and I got a bit of a cough. So you might see me having a good old sip from the 2 litre water, or just doing a couple of cuts just so I don't blast your ears out with me coughing. But suffice to say, I haven't managed to get to CEX. I can't be bothered, to be fair. That can wait until next week's video. I've actually got a day off on Friday, on the day this video goes live. So I might go into CEX that day. Obviously, we've got the bank holiday, so there's plenty of days to trade in all of the games, DVDs, box sets, and all of the electronics from the previous 2 car boot videos. So we'll do that another day. There's no need to rush it. But what I have got, like I mentioned at the start of this video, we've got the CEX Lottery. So this is a massive box. It's actually a DS game, funny enough. It's not really. It's a, to no one's surprise, it's a Japanese role-playing game, collector's edition for the PlayStation 3. So this cost me £60 plus the £3 delivery, and this came from someone in the Retro Ghetto community, so a big shout out to him. He sent this my way, and this has been on my list in terms of collector's edition. I mean, I really hope it's not that big, because I ain't got nowhere to put this. So yeah, I don't know, we're gonna have to do some serious shelf rearranging to get this on the shelf. But I've been wanting to add this to the collection for a while, but on eBay you're looking at about £120, £130. I've seen some sell for £150, so £60, I thought, yeah, I've got to pick it up. And you don't see it that often at CEX, and he had a photo, so it looked like it was in good condition. Hopefully it survived the Royal Mail network and hasn't been bashed. I mean, the box should hopefully have enough padding, so we should be good. So yeah, let's crack it open and find out what's in here. Got tons of, I think that's Gyami wrap or hex wrap, so it should have hopefully survived the Royal Mail. All right, it doesn't look too big, to be fair. They've definitely gone overkill on the box. I mean, at least they didn't send it in an envelope. But yeah, that's the size of it. Let's unwrap it together. Can you see what it is? You can see it peeking out. Any guesses? Okay, it's not that big actually. Okay, wow. So I've got the Final Fantasy 13-2 Crystal Edition. Yeah, as you can see, very simple design, but it just matches the aesthetic for Final Fantasy 13. Got that lovely pink and white aesthetic. And this comes with, obviously, the game. You see on the back actually. So it comes with a game, a t-shirt, a soundtrack, an art book, an art print, and some postcards. I mean, not the best collector's edition by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean, anything Final Fantasy and anything specifically for Final Fantasy 13, I'm going to be all over. I mean, I've gone on record. I think this like series, like Final Fantasy 13, this, you know, trilogy of games gets so much hate. You know, it's not the best by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not as bad as what people make out. So yeah, don't be put off by the naysayers. But yeah, I'll probably do some B-roll of that because it is quite big. We'll see what everything has in there, but just cracking it open quickly if I can with one hand. I can't. Got the game, got the art book, and then got a t-shirt. I think that's everything. Yeah, I mean, I'll do some better research, but I think that's everything that it's supposed to come with. T-shirt, soundtrack, art book, art print and postcards. I mean, yeah, I mean for £60 you don't get a lot in there, but I don't care. I love this series, so definitely happy to add that to the collection. And as you can see, the box, you know, the outer box is in decent condition. There's a rip on there, I've just noticed. You can see the bit of a rip there. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I could probably tape that and just keep it intact to make sure it doesn't rip anymore. But yeah, like I said, £60. Obviously, used vouchers. It's not that bad. It's, you know, fairly good condition, like a 7.5 out of 10. So yeah, that's the CEX Lottery. Let me know in the comments down below what you think in terms of the pickup from CEX and what you've been picking up from CEX. I mean, yeah, super happy with that. Gonna have to definitely do some shelf reorganising because there's no way that's gonna fit. I mean, yeah, you can already see it's bigger than the gap I got there. So yeah, gonna have to get my thinking cap on. But yeah, we'll do all that on Tuesday's video when I'm, you know, more up to the task, because I'm not feeling that good, to be fair. So I definitely don't fancy taking everything off to try and get that in today. So as always, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the video. Let me know if I missed anything from Carl's car boot. And like I said, let me know if you've been picking up anything interesting from CEX, or if you've had any success from a CEX Lottery. And while you're down there in the comments, then please, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button and consider subscribing to the Collector's Quest channel. I always say it, but trust me, got some great things coming your way. Tuesday's video next week is going to be a great one. You've already seen a preview on Retro Ghetto's video of him seeing a full, complete Super Nintendo power set at Old School Gaming. Rich is going to do a grand reopening on Saturday coming up, so we'll be down there and you'll be seeing it on Tuesday's video. And of course, got the car boot hunting, and we've got the CEX shenanigans, and I think the weather's going to be good this bank holiday, so we might actually get to 3 or 4 car boots this bank holiday. So plenty coming to the channel, so keep it locked to the Collector's Quest channel. And as always, good luck on your game hunting, collecting adventures. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll catch you in the next one.